Connor Shaw. Who?
Do you want that as your lock of the week?
Dylan Gabriel's not the guy. He's a 5'10", 5'11" left-handed quarterback. The odds are stacked against him. Welcome back, Jay Dawg. Welcome back. You seem a little down. Something bothering you?
The NHL trade deadline. Braden Shen, one of the members of that 2019 Stanley Cup champion St. Louis Blues, he's on the move. He's going to the New York Islanders. And I had a feeling this was going to happen at some point. And, well, you know, the NHL trade deadline come and gone.
Dog's got the deadline depression.
The Blues, it was great seeing Schenner all those years, but I knew at some point it was going to happen because the Blues are just.
And the Islanders have a lot of young talent, and they're on the cusp of taking over that division, the Metropolitan division, I think they are in. And they've got to, jump essentially the Penguins, who have been, hot coming back from the Olympics. Even before that, they were pretty hot, but the Metropolitan division, the Islanders, they're looking to make moves, so it just makes sense for them.
Matt Schaefer's the rookie of the year.
They're trying to boost that team and make a deeper run. So it just makes sense. But yeah, it's unfortunate for the Blues, unfortunate for Jay Dawg's Blues.
Jordan Binnington is going to get the Giannis treatment. He's going to be traded at the end of the season. I'm ready for it.
Yep.
Joel Hofer's going to get
just soaking in that 2019 Cup while you can.
2019 Stanley Cup championship. It's funny because they brought Rob Fabry back, and they're probably now going to ship Rob Fabry out. It's
what it is.
And how many members from the 2018 Boston Red Sox are still with them?
Exactly. Like zero. I don't know.
Raffy was the last one.
Right. I don't think there's anybody,
okay. and except for Cora.
Yeah, obviously.
Manager other than that. Yeah.
And honestly, as a Red Sox fan, and, Betheads chime in the comments, I don't know how long Cora wants to stay in Boston. Like, the organization is so frustrating to watch as a fan. It's like, at what point does your manager get frustrated with all these pieces moving? Like, think about the relationship he had with Rafi. Like, the news and the talk was, Rafi was turmoil and tough to deal with in the locker room, but from on the
clubhouse,
in the clubhouse. But on the surface, it looks like him and Cora had a good relationship, and obviously there's more that we'll never know about. Like, the clubhouse is sacred for keeping information and things.
The clubhouse is not sacred.
It's supposed to be.
Chicken and Beer in 2011 made sure that the clubhouse is not sacred. If the clubhouse was sacred, you wouldn't hear about chicken, you wouldn't hear about beer, and you wouldn't hear about chicken and beer, and you wouldn't hear about the Red Sox choking away a division lead.
Yeah.
So that was 15 years ago. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I know. And speaking of which, we're not going to talk too much football today because Dawg doesn't want to talk football.
There's too much going on.
Right. But I do want to go back. I accidentally stumbled upon the 2016 draft class, and it's been 10 years.
The 2016 draft class. That was 10 years ago.
Yeah. So I thought we won't go into it today, but maybe in a future edition before, or maybe around the draft, we'll take a look back.
Let's do that.
But I stumbled upon it, and it was a pretty good draft class. I thought it was interesting. Just a retrospect.
I know Jared Goff was the number one pick.
Yes.
By the Los Angeles Rams, who were moving from St. Louis back to.
They were still
LA.
St. Louis at the time.
Yes, they were.
Yes.
They still had that millennial gold Ram logo.
Yes. So. Well, Betheads, we've been rambling to start the edition here, but welcome in. Jay Dawg back from the West Coast, had a fun little trip out there.
Life-changing trip.
If you missed it, you can catch Jay Dawg on our little dream sequence from last edition of Bet This episode, or edition 59. Excuse me.
I know. Already messed up.
I know.
Already.
I made it made it like 30 seconds in. But we've got a jam-packed show today. We're going to have MLS on the billet. We've got NBA to talk about, NHL. We'll go over college hoops, preparing for the conference titles or conference tournaments going into the Selection Sunday coming up, not this week, but next week.
Next weekend, my birthday weekend, by the way.
Yep, we're going to have power rankings, including an all-new league we'll break down. We'll get to it in a little bit. We'll power rank those. And then we've got World Baseball Classic to go over, our parlays and our locks of the week. We've got TGL closing up their season, getting ready for the playoffs.
Ready for the Master. Well, you get the playoffs.
And the Masters.
You're going to have the Masters.
Yes. Yeah. And we're going to have, I didn't share this with you previously, but Doc is going to hop back on for Masters Edition. He said here on Bet This, he's going to join us for all the majors moving forward.
Awesome.
He's going to do a little golf talk for us.
Yes.
So we'll get more for him when the Masters comes around.
He's going to Pebble Beach soon, you know.
I know. Well, maybe we can get a little clip from Doc to throw into the show. We'll see. We've got UFC going on this weekend, and we've got our MMA insider Kenny the Many Fights on the docket. He's going to give us his breakdown, his parlay for the fight.
This is UFC 320?
326.
326. Okay.
Yeah, UFC 326 is going to be Holloway and Oliveira 2.
Yes.
And Max Holloway, one of my favorites, so I'm excited. I'm going to be tuned into that. We've got NASCAR coming up, maybe 4 in a row for Tyler Reddick. I mean, it's a stretch, but who knows? No one else has won yet except him.
In Phoenix this weekend. The raceway is a little different.
Yep.
So I think Ty Reddick.
We'll see. We'll get to
it.
We've got, as well as the MLS schedule, your Saturday, Sunday slate for hockey, NHL, basketball, NBA, and your top 25 men's and women's matchups that are scheduled right now. Because like I said, there's a lot of to be determined games going on, thanks to the tournaments and things. So there's only a few games scheduled right now as of press time that you can catch this weekend that are top 25, the top 25, but we'll get to that when we do college basketball. J Dawg, do you have something you want to start with? Anywhere you want to kick off this week's edition of Bet This?
The World Baseball Classic for the first 2 games was really taking the World Series storm, and I mean that intentionally, pun intended. You've got Australia with Travis Bazzana, number 1 pick from the Cleveland Guardians, who I don't think is going to get the call up until later on this season. You never know. We'll see what happens.
Yep.
However, he hit those 2 bombs against, was it Chinese Taipei?
And I mean, well, that's a good sign for, hey, Guardians, keep your eye on me. Take a look at me. Call me up. But we talked off mic yesterday. Brian Rocchio, still a solid second baseman there. So they don't have to rush into things there. But the World Baseball Classic has been exciting.
Chinese Taipei is out already.
That's crazy. It's
like, by the time the doors,
like day one,
by the time you shut the door and the door was slammed and it was finally, in its bearings, Chinese Taipei was out.
Well, so, you ever been to like one of those big fancy hotels? I know you travel a lot like I do.
I never get to go to a fancy hotel. But you know why? Because I have to share it with someone.
You ever seen in like movies and things where it's a revolving door in the middle and then there's regular doors on the side? Yeah. It's like every other team's using these regular doors and Chinese Taipei just went right in the revolving door and right back out. Yep. They're pretty much done. So,
or you've seen the meme of Grandpa Simpson.
Yeah, when he walks right in and walks right out.
Comes right out.
That's Chinese Taipei.
That's Chinese Taipei.
Well, I've got the schedule, J Dawg, for the Saturday and Sunday slate for the World Baseball Classic. If you want to do some selections, we can. And then maybe we'll look at some player props and things like that before we move on. Starting off your Saturday slate on the World Baseball Classic, this is a 5 a.m. first pitch. Just remember, these are all over the world. Some of these are in America, Japan, some of them are in Tokyo.
Some they're in Houston, some of them are in Miami.
So
Houston's an hour back our time right now.
Yep.
Miami's Eastern time in Tokyo, Japan is many hours.
Yes. So that first pitch
4 hours ahead.
Technically, are they on like the day before?
No, they're the day after.
Or the day? Yes. They're ahead of us. Yes,
they're ahead of us. So Japan, because it's the Pacific Rim, that's the super West Coast. When I mean super West Coast. And time is
weird. You want to know, it's real quick, since, we've got a relaxed bet this week, a little bit of a relaxed schedule due to the Boston Bruins being on the Pulse of New Hampshire
radio stations at noon on Saturday. It's a 12:35 face-off, I believe is an ABC game.
Yes, it is. I did check. It is.
Nationally televised on ABC. They usually have one, but this time...
I think there's 2.
No, I'm saying it's usually a 1 p.m. start time.
Yes.
But it's 12:35 start time because they've got the double header. So, yeah.
Well, I did want to basically slow down since we're not on the radio.
Yeah.
Where was I going with this, Dog?
WBC.
We were talking baseball. Yeah. So the World Baseball Classic. How do you feel about it? What are your opinions?
I love it. It's been around for 20 years, and it was supposed to be this disaster. It has yet to be a disaster. It has been great in the game of baseball.
Now, what would you say to Mets fans that watched Edwin Diaz last World Baseball Classic injure himself on the mound, and then they lose their closer for the entire season? What would you say about that? Like in a situation like that, do you think it's harmful to have the World Baseball Classic for your pros, and do you think that the MLB should make it amateurs only?
No, they want the best. They've got the best, and this is what you sign up for. And probably don't do celebrations when you've won a scrimmage.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea not to do that. Celebrate when you win the whole thing.
What's the kicker's name from? I think it was the Bucks. Was it Martin
Gramatica?
Yeah, Martin Gramatica.
The Cardinals.
Was it the Cardinals? It was like a red jersey. I remember.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
It was the Cardinals.
Yeah, and he tore his ACL or something, like jumping after a kick. It's like
a 40-yard chip shot. You're supposed to do that.
Yeah, and now we've got kickers hitting 70-yarders.
Right.
Exactly.
At some point, they're going to start at the 1 yard line. They're going to kick it, and it's going to become passé.
Yeah.
Which is another reason why I hate field goal kickers.
But we won't get into it.
It's not.
All right,
I thought this was a baseball.
I was going to say, let's get back into it. I was getting a little distracted. We're going to go through.
Look, a duck.
We're going to go through our selection for your Saturday slate of World Baseball Classics. Then we'll hop into some props and maybe throw down a parlay or two. We'll see.
I'm not doing a parlay on the World Baseball Classic.
That's fine.
My parlay is pretty good. My parlay, my lock of the week, they're pretty good. You're going to keep just.
We'll stick around. Stick around, Betheads.
Stick around.
First matchup for the World Baseball Classic on Saturday. You got Korea taking on Japan at the Tokyo Dome. It's a 5 a.m. first pitch.
Yeah, that's Japan.
You're taking Japan?
Yeah.
I mean, I saw prepping for the show today that Shohei already hit a grand slam in the World Baseball Classic.
This is the only time I like Shohei, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I liked him with the Angels, but as you know, he plays.
Yeah, now he's with the Dodgers.
Correct.
Can't support him.
Nope. I can support him, but no. He plays for Japan.
Oh, also,
yeah.
Special announcement. Jay Dawg hasn't fully heard this yet, Betheads.
You just love surprising me.
I do.
Do this on my birthday. That's the idea.
So Jay Dawg just went on vacation to California. I'm going on vacation to California.
Oh, I know that already.
Right. But I am going officially. It's official. I am going to Jackie Robinson Day at the Dodgers Stadium when the Dodgers host the New York Mets on the first game on ESPN of the year. It's a 7:10 first pitch.
Okay.
We're going to see it.
You're going to be on the 4-letter network. I've never been on the 4-letter network. I've been on ABC, I've been on NBC, and I've been on Fox through NFL and NBA.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to be on NBC for baseball for the first time ever when the Red Sox take on the Giants in August at Fenway Park.
So I have a Topps Now Jackie Robinson hat that I get to wear that my friend Casey, who I'm going to visit, shouts out to Guy. That's his nickname. Guy.
In Montreal, he's Guy.
Yeah. Guy is living out in LA. He's going to take me and my wife to a Dodgers game with his fiance.
Yeah.
And they're giving away Jackie Robinson Brooklyn Dodgers jerseys to the first 40,000 fans that show up. So
yes, it's going to be a sellout.
Oh yeah, we're going to get there as soon as parking opens. We've already said
you do know that LA is a nightmare, right?
I know. Yeah, trust me, my buddy lives out there.
Okay, I just want to give you.
I haven't been out there yet, so
yes,
it's going to be an experience for me, but. We'll have clips for the show for when I go.
So yeah, again, I've never been to a Major League Baseball game on Jackie Robinson Day.
I haven't either, and that was the big selling point for me. Jackie Robinson's my favorite ball player of all time. Obviously, I never watched him, but
you didn't have to.
Right? He changes the game. When I was in elementary school, the first book report I ever did was on like a Jackie Robinson book that I had to make like a shoebox diorama, and it was like Jackie Robinson and Pee Wee Reese. And
funny you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Because when we sex up the bet this set in the next few weeks, that week of Jackie Robinson Day, now, of course, we will tape in advance.
Yep.
We're going to have one of the patches on your side.
Ooh, exciting. We'll have it decorated. So
you got
tune into that. Let's get back to the World Baseball Classic. A little baseball update for the folks.
Japan and South Korea, right?
Yep, you took Japan over Korea for the 5 a.m. first pitch. The next matchup we're moving on to, we've got Colombia taking on Canada. That one's going to be in Puerto Rico and San Juan.
Yep.
Who are you taking?
I'm going to take Canada.
Canada's got some good players. Yeah. They got, Vlad Jr., Freddie Freeman's on that team. Some solid talent in Canada.
I thought Freddie Freeman, I thought Vlad was playing for the Dominican Republic.
Is he playing for Dominican?
I think he's playing for
because I know he's from Canada originally. Like he's born in Canada, but
he is a Dominican.
I think he's a Canadian citizen.
He was born in Canada, but he's a Dominican
descent
of Dominican. Correct. Because his dad, Vladdy, was playing for the Expos, and his wife was giving birth in Montreal.
Right. Word. Well, I didn't know. I thought he would be playing.
I'm pretty sure he plays playing for the Dominican Republic.
We'll double check it. Not a big deal. Nicaragua versus the Netherlands. That's a noon pitch on Tubi.
I will take the Netherlands.
Heard. We've got
Nicaragua's good. You know who's managing them?
No.
Dusty Baker.
Really?
Yeah.
What about where's El Presidente? They should have gotten him.
Exactly. Dennis Martinez, El Presidente.
Yeah. Right. Brazil at Italy, 1 p.m.
Brazil.
Heard. Panama at Puerto Rico. That's probably a good matchup.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico's probably one of the top.
I've got Puerto Rico going all the way.
Okay,
Yeah.
Puerto Rico going all the way. I know a lot of those Hispanic countries are very talented. Puerto Rico's got a lot of talent. I'm pretty sure Lindor is Puerto Rican. Maybe he's not.
You can't. The Mets wouldn't let him.
Oh, they didn't?
Yeah.
Really?
Not playing.
Really? Okay. Interesting. Well, my pick's probably going to be between Puerto Rico or Venezuela. I feel like that's where most of the talent is.
Yeah.
Acuna is on one of those teams.
Acuna's on Venezuela.
Right. Like I feel like
wouldn't that be something if Venezuela goes all the way?
I feel like they have a lot of talent, and because they got not just Ronald Acuna, they've got his brother. I'm assuming too.
Yeah.
Did Luis Angel make it? Is that his name? Right.
You're talking about Luis Ariz or
no? Luis Angel Acuna.
Oh,
his brother. It's like Luis Angel, but it's like pronounced like Angel.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
Okay. I think he's on that team too.
You know who's managing the Dominican team?
Who?
Albert Pujols.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'm rooting for Dominican. We'll see. All right. J Dawg took Puerto Rico over Panama. You got Venezuela versus Israel. Who you taking?
Venezuela.
Heard that? Great Britain versus America. It's the Revolutionary War.
This is the first game they're playing, right? Team USA.
Yeah, you believe so.
Logan Webb of the San Francisco Giants is going to be starting that game. He's the starting pitcher. And by the way, the Great Britain team, none of those players are actually from the UK. They have parents. One of them was
born there. Descent.
Yes,
yeah.
Harry Ford.
Yes, Harry Ford's one of the top players for Great Britain.
He wasn't born in Great Britain,
right?
So I think his mother's British or of British descent. So, but I will take Team USA. And by the way, I don't get this. Scooble's only going to pitch one time in the entire WBC.
That's weird.
I'm like,
I just don't understand. Like, why pitch at all?
If that's the case,
you know what I mean? Like
you raced.
Either don't play or just play.
Yeah.
Like, don't do one game and then.
Is he trying to get that $1 billion contract with the Mets? Hey guys, I pitched for my country. Yeah, one time. Well, give me $1 billion anyway.
Your final matchup on Saturday: Chinese Taipei versus Korea. Korea's got 2 games in one day. That's crazy. They play at 5 a.m. against Japan, and then they play at 10 p.m. against Chinese Taipei.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
It's not the next day.
No, look at Korea. Korea right there. Korea right there. They're at the bottom, but I think it's because it's in Tokyo. It's going to be like
round robin.
Not a round. Like it's going to be. I think this 5 a.m. game for them is what, a night game.
Then the following day,
and then I think that one would technically be like the morning for them.
Yeah,
maybe. I'm assuming. I'm not sure.
Korea.
Yeah, I assumed you were taking Korea over Chinese Taipei, who's already out. Sunday matchups. Let's move on. Australia versus Japan. Good matchup. You've been hooting and hollering about Travis Bazana and Australia.
Man. Bazana trying to go Bazinga. I don't know. I gotta take Japan.
I mean, Japan.
They're the juggernaut. They're the champs. Man.
I'm going to say it right now. My final 4 are probably going to be Team USA, Venezuela, Puerto Rico, and Japan. Yeah. Maybe Dominican takes out Puerto Rico or Venezuela. Yeah. Maybe Team USA, but
Team USA is they're really stacked for the first time.
I know. That's why I have a lot of faith.
They won in 2017, but they are stacked.
I have a lot of faith in them this time. I have a lot of faith in them to get the job done, especially after we watched Mike Trout and Shohei go at it last World Baseball Classic. I want a rematch right now. All right, so we took Japan over Australia. Colombia versus Cuba. Who are you taking? I couldn't say it.
Colombia versus Cuba. I'll take Cuba.
Heard that. Netherlands versus the Dominican Republic.
Yeah,
they got to take that one. And I feel like I got to go with, Albert Pujols as a manager.
We're going to see how much of a manager he really is here.
Maybe this gets him a job in the future.
It's an audition, essentially. Yeah. I know where it won't be. It won't be St. Louis because it looks like Ollie Marmol is going to be their manager. He just signed an extension.
Yeah, and I don't think
that doesn't mean anything.
No, I don't think you necessarily have to go back to that team either. If
he played for other teams,
right.
He played for LA, which of course they're not making a managerial switch anytime soon.
I don't think he would go back to the Angels. I feel like they
have a new manager anyway. So
yeah, but I feel like
Suzuki.
Even if they didn't, I feel like their relationship was kind of tarnished when they sent him out the door and I don't know. Maybe that's just me looking into it.
No, Kurt Suzuki's a new manager anyway.
That's also crazy because I remember when he played.
Kurt Suzuki?
Yeah, that.
He won a World Series with the Washington Nationals in 2019.
That's crazy.
I know.
All right, let's get back to
fellow 83er, by the way. Oh. I'm older than he is.
Great Britain and Italy.
She might be older. Great Britain, Italy. I'll take Italy.
Heard that. Panama and Canada.
Yeah.
I feel like out of a lot of those South American teams, Panama is probably the worst.
The greatest closer of all time comes from Panama. So, but he's not, of course, playing for Panama.
Right.
But Trevor Hoffman. No, not Trevor Hoffman.
Nicaragua at Israel.
Nicaragua.
Heard that. And
Dusty Baker's the manager.
Brazil at Mexico for the final.
Mexico.
Matchup. Mexico's got a good team too. Duran's playing for them.
Don't count out Mexico.
They have do they have Verdugo this time? Did he make the team?
They do.
I know he was playing for them last time. Kike? Is Kike on that team?
Back, yep.
Yeah. I mean, Team Mexico probably I guess let's go top 6. I would go my top 4 would be USA, Venezuela, Puerto Rico, and Japan.
Yeah.
The on the bubble teams are probably Dominican and Mexico. Yeah. I'd probably put them on the bubble. All right, Dog. Those are our picks. We'll run through them one more time. Saturday, Japan, Canada, Netherlands, Brazil, Puerto Rico, Venezuela, United States, and Korea in their second game.
Mm-hmm.
And then for Sunday, Japan, Cuba, Dominican, Italy, Canada, Nicaragua, and Mexico.
Yeah.
Some player props, some batter props. You can bet on different players to get hits in different games. So make sure you're looking at your DraftKings to check that out. The champion, let's go over the odds real quick before we move on for the champ here on the World Baseball Classic. I'm trying to find the odds. Give me 1 second here, Dog. The champion odds aren't popping up. I guess we're not going to find out.
Japan, I think USA is the favorite, actually. I think they are the favorite, and then Japan.
Let me look at
it. Japan's the champs, and they just, oh, man, they are a juggernaut. I'm interested to see how Team USA responds, though.
Well, I think Japan's going to open up as favorites because, like, they're half of that team is the LA Dodgers. You got Suzuki, or not Suzuki. You got Sasaki. You got Yamamoto. You've got Shohei.
Shohei's not going to pitch, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know how long he's going to pitch.
No, he's not going to
for like I'm saying in his career. Like I don't know how long
he thinks 2027 because that way there his arm is built back up.
Like I don't know how
essentially 2 years. But again, I don't know about that.
Like how long can he keep doing it? It's obviously never really been done since Babe Ruth.
Right.
USA opened up originally as the favorites to win the tournament at -110, followed by the reigning champ Japan at +340, and the Dominican Republic is at +380 in third. After that, it's Venezuela drops off to Puerto Rico at 22-1.
Okay.
So interesting. Those are the lines when they opened. Right now, I think because there's some games going on at press time, I think the odds are kind of like being messed up. That's why I had to find the opening odds. But the fact that USA opened up as the champion favorite is crazy over Japan. And their USA was -110. Japan's +340. So if you can get Japan odds, I would probably take that just because they're reigning champs. Maybe take a flyer out on Japan. But Jay Dawg, you said you're going with Puerto Rico. That's your team?
Yes.
So Jay Dawg's going with Puerto Rico. They're 22-1 to open up as the champion. And then my team, Venezuela, who I had maybe making the mix at +900. So there are your odds for the World Baseball Classic. And that does it for baseball until spring training's over. We got a couple more weeks.
Still going on.
Yeah.
For those that aren't playing in the WBC.
Yeah.
So that is still going on. And then we've got the WBC. And then we'll have some scrimmages, some spring training scrimmages, and then we'll have the regular season. We'll be good to go in 2 weeks. And when that happens, the Bet This Set will be sexed up.
So. Yeah, and we'll have some MLB power rankings when we roll into that. But that does it for baseball today. Jay Dawg.
Yeah, what do we got next?
Where do you want to move on to? We've got soccer to cover, hockey, basketball, college basketball. What are you thinking?
Let's start with college basketball because these tournaments, I mean, this is really something, you know.
Take it away. Lead us.
Okay. Well, you got these tournaments going on for the next week, and some are going to start next week because you've got the bids that are going to be going on next week before St. Patrick's Day. And then sure enough, you're going to have the first 4, and then you're going to have the tournament itself. We're going to be here. You know, we're going to talk about that because we are going to have a bracket. He's going to have a bracket. I'm going to have a bracket. My bracket's going to be different than his bracket as usual. And you're going to be able to pick which bracket you're going to go with. Who's got the better one?
Yes, we
Siege
want
or the Dog.
We want the bet heads to decide: are they Team Dog or Team King J, Team Siege? You're gonna have to pick in the comments, and every day we'll update you. And give us some ideas. Go down to the comments, email us, reach out on whatever social media you can find. Bet This P on X, Bet This Pod, Bet This.
Bet This Pod is on Insta, by the way.
Yeah, Bet This Pod on Insta, Bet This on YouTube. Just comment on all of it. We'll post some posts, and you'll find our parlays and our locks. But let us know what you think the loser should have to do, whether it's eat a spicy pepper or
Let's not go there.
something that is I don't know, a prize for the loser, I guess. So let us know in the comments. But yeah, the tournaments are getting ready to kick off, and it is going to all lead up to March Madness in just a little bit. We're going to have the Selection Sunday next week, and I'm ready to get back into the bracket action. I'm not a big college basketball kind of person, but I like March Madness. I like the excitement of the bracket.
St. Patty's Day, I think when is that? Is that a Wednesday this year?
I think it's in the middle of the week. Let me double check.
If it's a Wednesday, we're going to have the first four then. You've got Tuesday and Wednesday because the first four.
It's a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday. Okay. So the beginning of the first four, the last four that essentially are the left upon, they're going to try to get it. They are in, but they're not. You get the idea.
They're trying to get the luck of the Irish, essentially.
Essentially, they're trying to do that because Tuesday you get the one game because it's the first four, and then the next day you have the other game, and then one of the Tuesday team that wins will play on Thursday in the opening round, right? And then on Wednesday
they'll play Friday.
They play the Friday, correct? That's how I like how they do that actually.
Yeah, like a play-in essentially.
Essentially, it's a play-in. They're going to eliminate that because they're going to put more teams, which is going to water down the product.
Yeah,
to begin with.
I don't like that.
Well, college football, you know what they want. You know what they want. Siege.
What do you think? They want like a March Madness for football?
They want What have they been proposing the last couple of years? They want like a 20 team.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
They're gonna get it.
Yeah,
they're gonna get it. College football is like so corrupt and run amok. It's not even funny.
Well, I feel like the transfer portal and everything with like NIL money and stuff like that has kind of caused that. Is because now it's like players there's no committing to teams. Players are leaving in the middle of the playoffs.
What is that?
It's all over the place.
Yeah, but NCAA, we're going to have our brackets filled. We're going to post them on social media. We're going to see what we're going to compare notes, even though, as you know, comparison is the thief of joy. Anyway, we'll do that. And then we'll go from there. Tournaments are going on in women's college basketball this weekend. In fact, one of them is going on at press time between The Ohio State University and Minnesota in women's college hoops. And we'll have the rankings, by the way, in the next few minutes on men's and women's college hoops. We're also going to have rankings in the NBA, the NHL, Major League Soccer. And with that, what I wanted to do, we haven't done the last couple of weeks. The NHL's had their Olympic break.
Yep.
The NBA had the All-Star break.
Yep.
I was in San Francisco. And then you had Futures with Doc. And MLS they've only played 2 matches.
Right. So the power rankings there, when I was filling them out this morning, it was very light, but we're going to get into it. They're just getting started. Before we skip off of college basketball, let me go over the conference tournament favorites.
Okay.
All right. So I'll give the odds for the favorites for every conference tournament. This is for the men first.
Is the WCC in there?
Yep.
Okay.
So we've got Big Sky Conference. Your favorite to open that is Montana State at plus 350. Or the Horizon tournament or the Horizon League.
Horizon League, yeah.
Robert Morris is the favorite to open
Bobby
that.
Morris, because
150.
Cleveland State plays in the Horizon, so yeah.
Yeah, Cleveland State's not an option here.
No,
I
understand that.
Sounds like they didn't have a good season.
They usually don't, but you know what? It's always next year. And you remember they had one of the biggest upsets in college basketball history that people don't really seem to talk about. You know, they upset about 40 years ago.
Who?
Indiana.
Really?
Bobby Knight.
Yes.
They upset the Indiana Hoosiers in, I believe, in the first or second round.
Wow.
It just happened around this time about 40 years ago. Yeah.
Well, Dog sounds like a big Horizon League fan.
I have yet to go to a Horizon League.
You'll have to get one for Bet This.
At some point, if I can get to Cleveland sometime before that season ends, because I usually get there during baseball season, and I'll be there again for the Guardians Cubs home opener in Cleveland in April. At some point, I'd like to, because as you know, I had a blast at that, even though San Francisco lost. I had a blast at that Santa Clara, San Francisco.
I would love to take the show on the road and
Yes.
for us to go to games and make content on the road.
Absolutely.
In the future, that's hopefully Bet This can get some Bet This tours.
Lobster Cola, give us a call.
Yeah. So let's move on to the next conference, the MAAC,
The MAC.
the MAC.
Is that the MAC?
Yes, but it's not like in football, it's just MAC. It's not in this, it's MAAC. So I don't know if it's
No, that's the
Mid-Atlantic,
Athletic.
right? Yeah.
Okay. So not the MAC.
Not the MAC.
Okay.
All right. We've
MAC.
got Merrimack as your favorite for this one, plus 240.
Merrimack?
Yeah, Quinnipiac plus 600 in there. I've heard a lot of good things about Quinnipiac. Sacred Heart is plus 3,000, which no one's rooting for them except Sacred Heart fans. Excuse me. The MEAC,
MEAC.
your tournament winner for the MEAC is the Howard University. minus 300. Excuse me, not the Howard University, but Howard University.
The Howard University.
They're minus 300 as your favorites. Norfolk State at plus 650. After that, your Northeast Conference tournament winner, excuse me, I can't talk. LIU, I believe that's Liberty, is at minus 160. Mercyhurst, which I've never even heard of, is plus 260 as your second favorite.
LIU is
that Liberty?
No,
It's not Liberty.
I think that's Long Island University.
It is Long Island University. Thank you.
Long Island, yeah.
After that, we have the Ohio Valley Conference.
Yes.
Tennessee State leading that one at plus 205, but Southeast Missouri State plus 210 and UT Martin is plus 250. So
Okay.
that's a close one there. Probably would stay away from that one. No like real guarantee, but probably a good shot at winning some money.
This is for the men's, right?
Yeah, this is all men's. Patriots League tournament winner.
The Patriot League. Yeah.
Yep. The favorite in that minus 250 is Navy. Go Goats, go midshipmen. Colgate plus 550 after that, plus 1,000 for Boston University. I didn't even realize they were in the same conference.
Yes, they are.
But
Patriot
yeah,
League, yeah.
BU looking like underdogs there. Go
The Terriers.
Yeah, go Terriers.
Yeah.
I'm a big BU hockey fan when I was growing up. So
Yes.
I support the Terriers always. Southeast Conference, the
If
SEC.
you really supported the Terriers, you'd get a Terrier.
Oh, this isn't the SEC. Yeah, I know. I wanted one growing up. This isn't the SEC. Excuse me. This is just the Southern Conference. ETSU is your favorite, opening up at plus 185.
Is that ETSU is, hold on, what is that? I think that's Eastern Tennessee. No?
Potentially.
Okay.
I have to look into it.
Yeah.
Southern Conference tournament winner, the Southland Conference tournament winner, excuse me.
Yeah.
McNeese is plus 100. McNeese made a deep run either last year or the year. I was gonna say, right? They made a deep run in the tournament.
They need to have a McNephew State.
So McNeese, probably my favorite there, but Stephen F. Austin is plus 125.
What?
What? Southwestern Atlantic Conference.
SWAC?
Yeah, the SWAC. How do you even have Southwestern Atlantic? How do you have a Western Atlantic?
The maps are all kind of.
I guess we're on the western side of the Atlantic Ocean.
I think we are.
Technically,
yes.
Because I guess Britain would be on the eastern
Yes.
side. Yeah. So,
well, some people hold a map upside down.
Yeah.
It doesn't help.
So Bethune Cookman.
Bethune.
Bethune Cookman.
Yeah.
Plus 180. If you've ever been to Bethune Cookman, comment on the video. Let us know.
Yeah.
Southern University plus 340, Texas Southern plus 650. That does it for that. The Summit League, St. Thomas, Minnesota, minus 110 as the favorite. North Dakota State is second favorite,
Okay.
plus 125. Sun Belt Conference, Troy, Alabama, opening up the odds at plus 155. Marshall in second at plus 285. West Coast Conference tournament winner, that's Gonzaga as the favorite.
Yep.
San
Francisco's not on the list.
They are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they are on the list, but the odds drop off drastically. It's Gonzaga minus 220, St. Mary's plus 240.
Yes.
Then Santa Clara is plus 75,
Who
who Jay Dawg got to see.
Who beat the Dons.
Yeah, and then San Francisco is plus 15,000.
Okay. Yeah.
So they're there, but
if you're gonna risk it for the biscuit and take a flyer out, I don't advise. Maybe proceed with caution.
Yeah, so that's your men's college basketball. Now let me get the women's pulled up on the team futures here.
You know who Santa Clara was, right?
Santa Clara. No, what is their mascot?
Broncos.
The Broncos. Yep. Okay. All right, hold on.
San Francisco knows a thing or two about beating Broncos, but I guess the San Francisco Dons didn't know a thing or two about beating the Broncos. They couldn't take a page out of the 49ers playbook.
Yes.
Circa 1990.
So we don't have odds for the tournament for the women's side on DraftKings. They're not available.
Pick Ohio State. That's all I have to say.
However, we do have your futures for champions, so we can just go through those real quick. So again, these are the women's odds for the March Madness champion. UConn opens up the odds at minus 285 as your favorite. UCLA is plus 700. By the way, I can't wait to get to the power rankings because UConn, I want to talk about them when we get there.
Mm-hmm.
South Carolina plus 850. Texas is plus 1,400. LSU plus 16. Vanderbilt plus 3,000. And then it starts to fall off after that. We will throw out the Ohio State University, though. They are plus 20,000 right now as your favorites to win the March Madness tournament. Jay Dawg's going to take a flyer plus 20,000. Let me tell you, Dawg.
That's going to get me what?
If you bet, we'll say if you bet $10, that would win you $2,000 if the Buckeyes win.
Cash right there. Bring it to the next one. The Blues just traded Justin Falk to the Red Wings for Justin Hull and first round pick and a third round pick.
So the Blues are shipping everyone, it sounds like.
And you just said the E word. So
the Blues are shipping the whole team away.
No, they're not.
It sounds like they're getting rid of quite a bit of talent.
Well, they've got rid of Schenner. So
Yeah.
Schenner and Falk are done.
Yep.
And there you have it. But again, nothing on Binnington. As I said,
Yep.
Binnington's going to get the Giannis treatment. He's going to get traded when the season's over, much like Giannis. Giannis is going to get traded. I don't hear anyone says,
Oh, no. Yes.
Giannis is not staying in Milwaukee.
No. They just probably couldn't. You know what it is?
They couldn't facilitate
a lot
deal.
of the time when a player says they want to trade, right?
Yeah.
It screws the team that has them right now.
Yes.
Not just because obviously like, oh, you're going to lose out on that player. Like if you trade away Giannis, you're losing Giannis level of talent.
Mm-hmm.
But the big problem is like when a player like Giannis says like, I want to leave or I want to trade.
But she's never said that.
Right. He hasn't, but it's almost common knowledge now that the team is open to moving on from him.
They're doing that on their own.
Right. But my whole thing
volition.
is now Giannis has all the leverage. He could just be like,
okay,
trade me,
ship me out,
or at the end of the season, I'm gone anyways. Like, and I bet other teams were like, we're not going to pay what you're asking because we know we can just wait till the end of the season and get him for free, not for free, but for whatever price we want to pay.
Max deal.
Right. We don't have to trade we don't have to lose anything to gain Giannis if we just wait it out, essentially.
Waiting it out is risky though.
Yeah. But I feel like at this point, a lot of the teams are going to do it because they know the Bucks aren't going to be super competitive, right, with Giannis there. You know, I feel like with him being there and everything that's going on, like it sounds like it's just a lot of turmoil, similar to what, you know, my favorite team, the Philadelphia Eagles, they went through with AJ Brown this season. And you know,
he's still there at press time.
Right. And a lot of the trade talks, it gets in the locker room and just causes chaos. And I feel like that's kind of happened with Giannis, even though, like you said, it's not him, it's the team. It still causes dysfunction.
They won the NBA championship 5 years ago.
That's my point.
We're thinking to ourselves, this is going to be.
We'd have to go back and check the tape.
Commonplace.
But I feel like me and you talked about this last year. I remember talking about this last year on the show.
Well, the Bucks weren't good then either.
Right. And we were talking about, will Giannis stay or not? And I'm surprised he stuck around one more year. Like I'm surprised he was still there. And
I think his trade value is the best it's going to get this offseason.
Yes.
That's why I think the Miami Heat or someone else is going to get a chance to get the big fish out of the pond.
Dog.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk NBA or do you want to save it for like a lightning round kind of situation? Because we could hop into power rankings now.
Let's do power rankings.
We'll do power rankings and then we'll go through our schedules and all the things that we have for selections before we end the edition of Bet This today.
So where do you want to start?
Well, I don't care. I feel like we usually start with basketball. So, I mean, we were already on the topic with Giannis. Let's keep it on basketball.
The Bucks aren't going to be on this list.
Oh, surprise. Spoiler alert. No Bucks on the list.
At number 10, the Toronto Raptors. At number 9, the Denver Nuggets. At number 8, the Minnesota Timberwolves. At number 7, the Houston Rockets. At number 6, the New York Knicks. At number 5, the Cleveland Cavaliers. At number 4, the Boston Celtics, who get Jason Tatum back.
I know, big excitement there, and
that's all they're talking about right now in the hub.
I know,
that's all they're talking about.
Him and Cooper Flagg being from New England, like I've been promoting it all week. It's got to be one of the greatest.
Not from New England.
No, I'm saying
he plays for
but
New England.
The fact that we're getting a New England native and we get Jason Tatum coming back in the same night
on the 4-letter network of all time.
It's going to be.
You think they had a hand in that?
Oh, I guarantee.
There you go. Pressure him. How's Tatum saying? Oh, no, good. Well, what about Sunday when they take on the Cavs on ABC? No. Let's bring them on the 4-letter network, get the main attraction. So, number 4, the Boston Celtics. At number 3, the Detroit Pistons. And these two teams have not moved since we've done the rankings. At number 2, the San Antonio Spurs. At number 1, the reigning, defending, undisputed NBA champion, Oklahoma City Thunder.
Since we did the last power rankings, when I updated the NBA power rankings today, the Thunder have lost one game.
They're a juggernaut.
One game since it's been like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2-3 weeks since we did power rankings and one game they've lost. Are you kidding me? I know they had the All-Star break, but still.
The dog days where they had some injuries.
And they had injuries too.
SGA is still the leading favorite to win the NBA MVP, followed by Jokic, then Cade Cunningham.
I like Jaylen Brown. I know he's in there.
He's in the top 5. He's in the top 5.
I just like what he's done with the Celtics. Well, I don't think people expected it.
Here's the thing. Here's the catch-22.
Mm-hmm.
Tatum's coming back.
Yep. Well, it's gonna take stuff away from.
It's going to limit minutes. It's
Yep.
going to
Not limit minutes, but like you can only score so many points, like, and
Yeah.
only so many shots can go up.
It's not going to be the Jaylen Brown show anymore.
Right. He's going to lose shots.
It's going to be the J&J show.
Right. I wonder though if the Celtics utilize Tatum more under the basket and more of a big man, to try and keep him
For
from
the matchups.
a lot of like quick movement on that Achilles.
They're going to, I'd have to think the Celtics are smart. And I know they are. Not Marcus Smart. He's not there anymore. But anyway, he's with the Lakers. They've got to be wise with how they're going to handle this.
Yeah.
Because again, you look at Ty Halliburton. He's not coming back this year.
No.
Because the Pacers are dreadful. They're one of the worst teams in the NBA. They're not going to rush him back.
I think if the Celtics didn't make a push like they have been with their success, like you said, they're number 4 on our power rankings. I think if they didn't make a push like this, they might have sat Tatum.
They're the second best team in the Eastern Conference next to the Pistons.
Yes. Well, I also think obviously Halliburton tore his Achilles after Tatum. Tatum tore his the round before.
Tatum did it in the second round, whereas
Halliburton did in the
NBA Finals, game 7 of the finals.
So it's like
late June.
Right. And Tatum got surgery immediately.
Yeah.
So his recovery's been a little quicker too, but regardless, they do have to be careful. I think, like I said, I expect him to be a big man, play under the basket, no quick, like crossovers between the legs.
Impact tests are going to be interesting to see how they go.
Yeah.
Now we go to the NHL. And at number 10, the Montreal Canadiens. At number 9, the Pittsburgh Penguins. At number 8, the Detroit Red Wings, who just got Justin Falk from my St. Louis Blues. The Blues aren't going to be on this list, by the way.
Spoiler.
Number 7, the Vegas Golden Knights, who need to make a splash.
Yep.
At number 6, the Buffalo Sabres, who the Colton Parayko was going to go to the Sabres. The Blues had traded him, but he waived it. He
utilized
his no trade clause, and the Buffalo Sabres were on there. That doesn't mean he might get traded someplace else.
Well, when that's the other thing is like, if you use a trade clause, like, well, the team wants to trade you. So like, how bad do you want to stay there anymore?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're probably trying to get a last minute deal done.
Whenever people preach loyal to me in sports like that, I'm like, stop.
Well, I do. I think there is something about being loyal, but the organization has to back that up too. Like, you can't be an organization that just tosses players to the curb and then be like, you did want more money. It's like, well, yeah, they're not going to be loyal to someone that's not loyal to them. But at the same time, like I said, I think it's a two-way street.
At number 6, the Buffalo Sabres. We're going to make the playoffs. They're going to the playoffs. They haven't done this since my niece and nephew were little. They're not little anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So, rich little. At number 5, the Tampa Bay Lightning. At number 4, the Carolina Hurricanes. At number 3, the Minnesota Wild. At number 2, a team that has yet when I went to San Francisco, they were still winning. When I got back from San Francisco, they were still winning. The Dallas Stars.
Yes.
But number 1,
untouchable.
They are untouchable, like the OKC Thunder, the Colorado Avalanche.
Yes. Dog, before we move on, we didn't get to talk Winter Olympics.
Yes.
We talked when you got back from vacation, but not on the show. What were your thoughts of the Olympics real quick? And Team USA, men and women, how did you think they competed? For hockey specifically.
Hockey, okay.
Just because we're talking hockey.
Okay, well, the goodwill for hockey was, for men, pretty much ended when I don't want to get into it.
Right.
You know where I'm going with this.
We don't have to get into the politics of all of it.
No.
But my thing is where do you think, like, I had a discussion with I believe Doc last edition.
Yeah.
And we talked, Team USA and the history of it. And where do you think, like, where does Hellebuck rank among, Team USA goalies all time? Like, think about like Ryan Miller and all those Olympics. He brought Team USA towards the finals, competing against Team Sweden, Team Canada, the Russians.
He's better than Ryan Miller was.
Where would you compare him against, like,
Jim Craig?
Yeah, like Jim Craig. No. You think Craig's better?
Different time period. 1980. You know what I mean? There were maybe 2 professional players in the NHL or that signed a contract.
Yep.
That played for Team USA, whereas Russia was all pros. It's a different time.
Okay.
I don't have to hear about 1980 anymore. And don't get me wrong, I love that team.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't even alive then, which means you weren't alive then.
Yep.
We hear the movie Miracle is a great movie.
Yeah.
Kurt Russell embodies embodies.
I can't get enough of it, but the name on the front of the jersey is a
Yes.
hell of a lot more important than the name on the back. Yeah.
And he did, and Brooks, he did say that.
Yeah.
Coach Herb Brooks did say that. So yes, but again, I'm glad they both won, but the goodwill quickly faded into oblivion.
Now, what does this mean for women's hockey in the women's team? What do you think? Like, because this is only their third gold ever in the Winter Olympics for women's hockey and stuff like that. And you know, some of those women have been playing on that team for multiple Olympics, working to get
Hillary Knight. This is probably it for her,
right? And so, where do you think this ranks for? You know, not just Winter Olympics, but women's sports in general. Like, how high would you rank this event for, like, the history of women's sports?
Well, I think the 2018 was more impactful than this one in 2026. The 1998 might have been the greatest because that was their first. Tara Mounsey, New Hampshire native, Concord's own, you know, going to Brown University and then being selected for the Olympics. She was playing with the boys.
That's crazy.
Siege.
That's crazy.
In the mid 1990s, a lot of the girls hockey, they didn't have the teams until the late 90s, if not the early 2000s.
Yeah, even when I was growing up, when I played youth hockey, I played with, there was a couple of girls, like one of my coaches, his daughter played for our team. Yeah. And I'm not even going to lie, she was the best player on our team.
See?
She used to smoke us.
The Liberty family for Bishop Brady High School, it was a brother and a sister duo. So straight out of the Mighty Ducks almost, you know.
That's crazy.
It was, yeah. So that team, I don't know where to rank. I think 2018 probably the best one, but again, the 1998 team in Nagano, Japan, I watched that. You know, I had friends who were in band. They had to, because the parade was going on, they had to practice. They thought they wouldn't have to any more events until like concert or until recital back in the spring. They had to go out in the freezing cold.
That's rugged.
In 1998. It is rugged.
I was in marching band. That's rugged. Being like, we marched down Disney during the winter, which was nice and warm.
Yes. Yeah. Concord, New Hampshire.
That's crazy.
1998. Late February, early March.
That's rugged.
A relatively cold winter. The 97, 98. The flute and all those other instruments for this ceremony. Little rugged.
Yeah, I bet.
Probably should have moved it indoors, but I'm proud Team USA for they had one of their most successful Olympiads ever. I'm saying not just hockey, but the sports in general. And it started off so poorly in the sense of Lindsey Vonn.
Yeah, losing her was devastating.
And I'm a firm believer, and I've said it once, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And look how USA finished. Yeah,
we finished in second. I was happy with it. I mean,
the most medals. Yeah, the most medals that have ever happened in a Winter Olympics was Team USA. They did again. I think Sweden got that. Was it Norway?
Norway got the
Norway got the most
like most golds.
They got the most medals.
Yes,
but most golds and the most medals ever in a Winter Olympiad was this year, 2026 for Team USA. So I think that bodes well in 2030. We'll see what happens. But
for the French Alps, I'm excited. I might put in for a volunteer. Might try and go work the Olympics. We'll see.
I know someone who can probably help you with that.
Oh, okay. We'll talk off air.
Yes.
All right. Back to power rankings. We've got college hoops. This is going to be one of the last college hoops power rankings. I don't know. Are we doing one more? Next week's the last one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So lay it on us. What do we got for the men's?
We're going to start off with Texas Tech at number 10, and then go to Nebraska at number 9, Michigan State at number 8, at number 7, Houston. At number 6, Iowa State. At number 5, UConn. At number 4, Michigan. At number 3, Florida. At number 2, Arizona. And at number 1, Duke.
I know. And what was it? If you check out our social media, Bet This Pod on Instagram or Bet This on YouTube, we posted a Monday sports headline update. We're trying to update the folks on the headlines over the weekend. And every Monday, I'm going to try and put out a sports update. And this past week, we talked about Duke on there because they set a record for, what was it, their 149th time being ranked number one
in the polls.
That is crazy.
As opposed to UConn with women.
Right. And obviously this is just for men. Yes. But let's get into those women's power.
You got it. At number 10, Iowa. At number 9, the Ohio State University. At number 8, Oklahoma. At number 7, Michigan. At number 6, LSU. At number 5, South Carolina. At number 4, Vandy. At number 3, Texas. At number 2, they're always knocking on the door.
Mhm.
They're winning all the time. They just can't get that number 1 ranking. It's the UCLA Bruins.
The UCLA.
UCLA. And at number 1, UConn.
Yeah.
Unbeaten UConn.
Wanted to talk about that. I updated the record,
Man.
31-0
Yeah.
as of this edition of Bet This, as the power rankings are on the screen. 31-0. I mean, mind blowing. When do they get moved into a league of their own? Like,
They are in a league of their
It's
own.
crazy.
It's UConn's at number 1, and it's lonely at the top. They're looking down on the competition.
it is also interesting because you said UCLA is always knocking on the door,
Yeah.
and they're 28-1, I think,
No, I
or
think they're undefeated.
29-1. No, UCLA I think has
Oh,
one. UCLA, yeah.
Sorry, I think UConn is.
I think UCLA only has one loss.
Yes.
So
I
but
think they've won like 16 or 17 in a row.
it's crazy how that gets overshadowed because UConn just has
They can't lose.
It's crazy. Like to beat 28-1 is impressive. And I do know that.
How do you play second fiddle at 28-1?
I know.
How do you do that?
That's what I'm saying. That's crazy. We've got a brand new special moment right here. Jay Dawg has one more power ranking
We do.
before we stop with the power rankings. A brand new power ranking.
Yeah.
The MLS.
We've got MLS rankings right here, right? We're going to start at number 10. The reigning defending undisputed champ. Again, they've only played one match. So Inter Miami.
Yep.
At press time.
They went to the White House. Not that we're going to get into politics, but I saw Messi was introduced at the White House. He got some award or got some football, some soccer or something as an award.
Did he give it to the president so he wouldn't cry?
I don't remember exactly what happened, but we're not going to get into the politics.
Number 9, New York City. At number 8, Nashville. At number 7, DC United. Well, they were terrible last year. Well, we'll see what happens. There's only been 1 to 2 matches played.
Yep.
So, at number 6, Chicago. At number 5, the Chicago Fire, of course. At number 5, the New York Red Bulls. There's 2 New York teams on here. At number 4, Vancouver. At number 3, San Jose. At number 2, LAFC. And at number 1, the classiest city in America, San Diego FC. They're unbeaten. So,
Stay classy, San Diego.
Stay classy, San Diego. The classiest city in America.
I'm excited.
San Diego.
I'm excited to follow MLS more this year.
Yeah.
Not that we try to cover all sports. It can be a little overwhelming sometimes as a sports fan.
I blame the sports media for that because they're always trying. Because what's the number one sport in America is the NFL.
Football.
It's the
NFL.
NFL.
Yeah.
And even now, the Rich Eisen show. What are they talking? They talking about the World Baseball Classic? They talking about MLS?
No, it's Trent McDuffie getting
they're talking
traded.
They're talking about Trey McDuffie getting traded.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
it's football. Come on.
As Shohei's hitting grand slams.
Shohei's hitting bombs that are going to be landing in Rich Eisen's studio.
One of the greatest athletes.
Let's talk about DJ Moore.
Shohei is one of the greatest athletes ever, and we have to talk about Trent McDuffie. Like, at least DJ Moore is,
It's LA related.
Not to take it away from Trent McDuffie, but at least DJ Moore was like the number 1 wide receiver on his team. Is Trent McDuffie even going to be the number 1 corner on the Rams?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's the headline.
Is Rich Eisen going to do? I've known Shohei Ohtani, Trent McDuffie. I've seen Shohei Ohtani, Trent McDuffie, and you, sir, are no Shohei Ohtani.
Yes.
So no, that's LA related because now McDuffie is a member of the LA
True.
Rams.
True.
So, but Shohei Ohtani, as you mentioned, of Team Japan and the LA Dodgers, is hitting bombs that are going to land in Rich Eisen's studio, and they're just going to be talking about the rookie symposium coming in the NFL,
The free agency, and stuff like that. And it's like, what's funny is
it's turned me off.
Do you know what free agents are? Like, and don't get me wrong, my favorite sport is football. I love the NFL. I can't get enough of it. Because
of this.
I know I am an addict to the NFL. They've got me hook, line, and sinker.
Then CJ don't have a problem.
But
go Birds!
At the same time, it's just like when is enough
stuff going on?
Yeah, when is enough? Like
they're trying to make the NFL a 365 day a year thing.
My whole point is free agents. It's like these are guys that their team didn't even want them, and we're highlighting this. Like, here are the worst players from every team, and let's make a week-long news segment about it.
You said the N-word.
Yeah, but I'm not. We're not doing news. I'm saying these other media companies are trying to do news on the worst players on every team. Dawg, special video today in Bet This. We are excited for the baseball season, getting ready to kick off. World Baseball Classic going on, spring training, things like that. So today I want you to compete with me in making the best lineup possible. Hitters only, no rotation.
Yes.
Starting off at first base, who are you picking to be your first
catcher?
baseman? Well, you want to start at catcher?
Start a catcher. We'll go.
All right, we'll start at catcher. Who are you picking as your catcher?
I'm taking Johnny Bench.
Johnny Bench, one of the best catchers.
Yes.
See him on the screen there, Johnny Bench. All right, moving on.
Yes.
Who you got for your first baseman?
Jim Thome.
Jim Thome, I like it. Jim Thome, my homie. Second base, where are you going?
Second base, I'm going to go with Ryan Sandberg.
Ooh, the Rhino.
Yeah.
I like that move. He, rest in peace to a legend. Lost Rhino this year. So Sandberg at second. Shortstop. Who
Cal
you taking?
Ripken Jr.
Ooh, the Iron Bird.
Yep.
I like that move. Third base. Who you taking?
Mike Schmidt.
Mike Schmidt, the Philly.
Yep.
And then give us. It doesn't have to be left field, right field.
Okay.
Just 3 outfielders.
You got it. Left field, Barry Bonds. Center field, Willie Mays. And right field, Ken Griffey Jr.
Oh, okay. I like your take.
Yes.
Let us know your thoughts on Jay Dawg's team and compare it to mine.
Get this. Siege, I gave my all-time team with baseball starting to their 2026 season. We've got World Baseball Classic going on. You've also got the spring training going on. Baseball itself won't start for another couple of weeks in the regular season. I got my all-time team. What's your all-time team? We'll start at catcher.
Starting at catcher, that's a tough one. I'm going to go with a switch hitter. I'm going to go with a homer pick. I'm going to pick Jason Varitek.
Okay, first base.
First base, I'm going to keep it switch hitter, and I'm going to go with another AL East legend. I'm going to go with first baseman Eddie Murray from the Orioles.
Steady Eddie.
Yeah.
Second base.
Second base, I want to pick Pedroia as a Red Sox fan. It's really tough. I think I'm going to go with a second baseman that is also a Yankee, but he also played for the Cubs. I'm going to go with Alfonso Soriano.
Shortstop.
Shortstop, I'm going with my favorite, the Brooklyn Dodger, Jackie Robinson.
Third base.
Third base is another tough one. I think I'm going to go with an active player here for one of my favorite third basemen. I'm going to go with one of the greatest defensive players ever, Nolan Arenado at third base.
Your outfield consists of?
My outfield consists of, I'm trying not to take picks you picked. Obviously, we're trying to keep it, different. I would have liked Barry Bonds, but I'm going to take the true home run king, Hank Aaron, out in the outfield. We're going to bring out Shohei Ohtani as one of our outfielders. And then for my third outfielder, ooh, that's tough. I'm going to pick one of my favorite, another homer pick, maybe not the best hitter, but one of the greatest defensive outfielders, Jackie Bradley Jr. as my center fielder.
Three strikes and you're out.
It's just like, what are they doing?
You said it 3 times. So, okay. So now we'll get into, what do you want to do? On the
Let's,
slate?
why don't we do, before we do like lightning round, slate and stuff like that, hit us with some housekeeping on the Pulse of New Hampshire.
You got it. Saturday, March 7th, 12 p.m. Pregame, Washington Capitals at the Boston Bruins. That's going to be a 12:35 face-off, nationally televised on ABC. But you can hear Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers call the game on the radio on the Pulse of New Hampshire radio stations. Sunday, it's a big game too. You got the Boston Celtics at my Cleveland Cavaliers, and this is the what is it? It's going to be nationally televised on ABC.
Number 4 on our Bet This Power rankings versus number 5.
Yeah, 4 versus 5. And by the way, one of my locks it's one of my
What is it? Your parlay?
Parlay. One of my parlays is that. But anyway, 12:30 pregame, 1:05 tip-off from the Rocket Arena. I'm going to be there in a month in Cleveland, Ohio. And they're going to wear their retro uniforms. The Cavs are going to wear their 2006 classic edition.
Oh, the blue ones, like the navy blues?
The LeBron era.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
And this is the Gilly project. As you know, Gilbert, his son passed away from a disease. So they have a bow tie as a logo for it. And the slogan is "What's not to like," because that's what he would used to say. So
I like that.
It's going to be an emotional day in the city that rocks on Sunday. But that's Celtics and Cavs. 12:30 pregame, 1:05 will be the tip-off in the land on Sunday. So that's what's going on there. And also, before we get to that, on Sunday, right before that 12:30 pregame at noon on the playback, 55 years to the date, the fight of the century between Smokin' Joe Frazier and the greatest, Muhammad Ali, the first of their trilogy, their epic trilogy, will be at noon on the Pulse Podcast Network on the playback, which you can find under the Bet This umbrella. Had a blast doing this. And you saw me.
Yeah, I stepped
in. Because I was wondering who that was.
I know you didn't look at me through the window.
I could see the window. I could see
like the shadow.
Yeah,
you didn't turn your head though.
Yeah.
Like, and I was trying to like wave to you, but I was like,
Don Dunphy made me do that.
I was like,
he's great, Don Dunphy.
I was like, he's locked in. I won't bother him too much.
But that'll be 55 years to the date on Sunday, and we've got daylight savings time, so make sure you spring ahead. I want to let folks know on that. And now we're ready to go to
kind of our lightning round. Yeah, we'll just jumble everything into the lightning round. Yep. And before we end, we'll give our parlays and locks at the very end of the show. And don't forget, make sure you follow us on Bet This Pod, Bet This P on X, Bet This Pod on Instagram.
That's right.
Follow us on all of our social media so you can get the locks and parlays. If you're not seeing it here, you'll still be able to see it on social media.
Yep.
All right, Dog, we've got a lot to go through. Real quick, let me break down. I forgot to mention for college basketball, since we just did the rankings, there are 3 top 25 games. We always give out the top 25, the top 25. So on Saturday, there's 2 matchups. We've got number 24 Vanderbilt at number 23 Tennessee. It's a 2 p.m. tip-off on the 4-letter network.
Yep.
We've got number 17 Carolina taking on that number 1 Duke team. Mm-hmm. That is at 6:30 on the 4-letter network. And then on Sunday, you can catch Michigan State at Michigan, number 8 taking number 3 in the country at a 4:30.
So essentially, it's Magic Johnson versus Glenn Rice.
Yes. And then also want to mention before we forget, NASCAR coming up this weekend at Phoenix. We talked about it briefly at the top of the show, but NASCAR at Phoenix. That's Sunday, March 8th, 3:30 p.m. is green flag drop.
Green flag drop at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, right? Which is 1:30 their time in Phoenix, Arizona.
Yep.
And my lock of the week, I've got Chase Briscoe. A top 5 finish in Phoenix.
Chase Briscoe.
Yes.
I'll update that. By the way, last time we gave out parlays and locks, Jay Dawg and I actually missed our locks, but we both hit our parlays while he was out in San Francisco. Mm-hmm. He parlayed, I forget what it was. You parlayed something together. I can't remember, but I know yours hit. Oh, you did the Warriors Nuggets game. That's right. You did Jokic, 20 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists.
And he did.
Which he did.
Yeah.
And then my parlay of the week was upsets in college basketball. I had Michigan losing and I think Houston and Iowa State or something like that.
Because Michigan lost to Duke in DC.
Yep. And then
the district.
Houston lost to Arizona.
Yep.
Iowa State lost to BYU.
Yep.
That was my parlay. But we lost our lock. So looking to bounce back on the lock, we'll give you the odds for Chase Briscoe top 5.
Top 5 in Phoenix this Sunday.
We will get you that before.
Is that Fox? Do you know, by the way?
I don't have
or is it Amazon Prime?
I don't have the coverage here. Just the time.
Okay.
We'll get that before the show ends. All right, moving on. Your lightning round. What do we want? Saturday NHL?
Sunday NHL NBA? Slate. Let's get back into it.
All right, Saturday NHL. Wait. Hold on. We almost skipped it.
You almost skipped it.
You know what time it is?
I know what time it is.
It's time for the lightning round. Sorry. All right, lightning round kicking off the Bet This segment, every Bethead's favorite segment. We've got the NHL Saturday slate starting off with Washington at the Bruins, and this is on the Pulse of New Hampshire. Yes. This is your first matchup of Saturday, 12:30 puck drop on ABC.
12:35, yeah.
Who you taking?
I'm going to take the Bees.
The Bees heard.
They haven't lost. They've won like 11 in a row at home.
They look really good.
Great at home.
Hopefully they can keep it up. The Rangers going across the street to the New Jersey Devils.
Ooh.
Who are you taking?
The Hughes. One of the Hughes boys is dating Tate McRae, by the way.
Is she or is he?
Yeah.
That makes sense because her brother's a hockey player. She's up here in New England at Dartmouth all the time, actually. Yeah. Harrison, one of our coworkers, fanboyed or fangirled out and got a couple of pictures and stuff.
Rubbing shoulders, and I was watching grown men beat the hell out of each other in a wrestling ring. I think he won Saturday night. I did not win that Saturday night. I'm going to take the Devils.
Yeah, the Rangers are bad. Igor's the only good thing about that team, and he's meh. We've got Nashville at Buffalo, 5:30.
Buffalo.
Heard that. Philly at Pittsburgh. The Pennsylvania rivalry.
The Keystone rivalry. It's the only time it really happens. I mean, it happens in baseball, but nobody cares.
Not in football. Yeah, either.
Doesn't happen in football. It happens every 4 years. There's none in the NBA unless Pittsburgh gets a team in the NBA, which they should.
I think they will in the future.
Yes. I'm going to take the Pens in this one.
Pens heard. Yep. We've got Tampa at Toronto.
Tampa and Toronto. Oh, they're both kind of since the Olympic break, Tampa's really fallen on hard
I was going to say they're
times.
skidding.
Not as bad as Florida, who don't look like they're going to make the playoffs.
No, I think
Two-time
Florida's
champs.
kind of done.
Yeah, they're kind of done. I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Tampa Bay Lightning
Yeah.
over the Toronto Maple
Toronto
Leafs.
Maple Leafs. It's in Toronto too, right?
Yes.
Austin Matthews.
I know.
polishing
That's
that
what
gold
I'm.
medal.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was just about to mention. We got Utah at Columbus for your next one.
You know where I'm going with this one.
He's got to go with the Blue
I got to
Jackets.
go with the Columbus Blue Jackets.
The Columbus Blue Dogs. We've got Vancouver at Winnipeg, Canadian matchup. That's a hockey night in Canada.
It's a hockey night in Canada. Yeah, hockey night in Canada. I'm going to take the Jets on that one.
Heard that, Jets. Montreal at the Kings, going all the way to the West Coast.
1993 Stanley Cup Finals rematch. I'm going to take the Habs in this one.
Habs on the road. Heard. Carolina at Calgary.
I'm going to take Carolina.
The Islanders at San Jose. Islanders added a lot of talent.
Schaefer versus Celebrini. Whoa, that's a pretty good matchup, actually. Wow. I'm going to take the Islanders in this one.
Heard that.
I think
Islanders.
Pat Law and his company will get it done.
I'm
Get
gonna
it done in the Shark Tank.
I'm going to take the Islanders as well. And then we've got last matchup for Saturday hockey, Ottawa at Seattle.
I'm going to take the Seattle Kraken.
Heard that, Kraken. Shouts out to my buddy Brandon and his friend Brian. If Brian gets to watch this, Brian kind of works for the Kraken and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And Brandon, my friend, travels a lot.
Get us merchandise so we can put it on the set this fall. Thank you.
Heard that. I'll reach out for some merchandise.
Yep.
Shouts out to Brandon and Brian.
Mainly patches and pucks, stuff we can,
some small trinkets.
Trinkets, that's right. Because
Yes.
it looks like on my side, I'm going to have a vantage point, whereas on your side, you're going to be able to have trinkets.
I'm going to have like a little buddy next to me.
I know who your little buddy's going to be.
Yeah, but we won't.
We won't divulge in that, but I know who your buddy's going to be.
Let's jump in. Sunday.
Yes.
NBA.
Yes.
Big matchup.
Big matchup.
Starting it off.
Yes.
On the Pulse of New Hampshire as well.
Yes. 12:30 pregame. It's a 105 tip-off in the land.
Boston Celtics at the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yes.
I almost said the Guardians.
My parlay
Yep.
is Harden. And you saw what I had, right?
No, I don't
Okay.
think you told me.
Okay. 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. So that's my parlay there for Harden and the Cavs, who I think are going to upset the Boston Celtics in Cleveland.
Ooh.
Yep. It'll be close, but I think the Cavs are going to get it done.
So my two matchups of the weekend, by the way, I want to recommend watch the Islanders in San Jose on Saturday night.
Mhm.
Make sure you tune into the Celtics Cavs game. I feel like that's going to be one of the better matchups of the weekend for basketball.
It looks, that's the big one.
So we'll throw up your parlay after we're done here. We've got the Knicks at the Lakers, 3:30.
Whoa.
Yep.
That's got to be, it's a doubleheader. That's got to be the other ABC game. It's got to be, right?
It is.
Wow. I'm going to take Luka, Luka, and the Lakers.
Yeah, I think
I said that 10 times fast.
the Knicks are still. I don't argue with Jay Dawg's power rankings. He does the power rankings, even though they bet this. We're a team, but Jay Dawg's the one who brings them to me. I make the graphics, and I don't argue with his power rankings. But I thought the Knicks were a little higher than I anticipated seeing them. I think
They've played better.
I think they're skidding still, though. I don't know if they're going to be the Knicks that they were last year. That's that. I just wanted to throw that out.
Yeah.
But J Dawg's taking the Lakers and the the Cavs, excuse me.
Yep. Cavs and then the Lakers. Yeah.
Then after that, we've got Detroit at Miami, one of the top teams in the East. Detroit going south.
Detroit's been kind of slumping a little bit. I do think they are going to snap out of it. Although Cade Cunningham's starting to run out of gas.
We can only do so much.
JB Bickerstaff has got to find a way to get Duran to get a little bit more. Just nudge him a little bit more.
They need another. They need another like piece of a big three kind of.
The way I see it is this. Again, Duran needs to do a little bit more. It's Cade Cunningham who's carrying the load.
Yep.
He's starting to burn out a little bit.
Yep.
Just have Duran push him a little bit and just pull back. I think they'll be all right.
Yeah. So
I don't think they're going to win the NBA championship or get to the finals.
So do you think Miami wins this weekend?
No, I think Detroit wins.
Okay. Dallas at Toronto.
Toronto.
Heard that.
Yep.
Washington at New Orleans. Snoozer.
Oh, well, I didn't pick this one in terms of a lock or a parlay.
Yeah, click away.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to take New Orleans.
New Orleans heard.
Trey Young,
Orlando.
Yes.
And they are taking on Milwaukee. They're on the road.
I'll take the Magic.
Heard that.
Yep.
Magic. Rockets at San Antonio. This one's on NBC.
This is Sunday night basketball. This is going to be a good one. You got Kevin Durant. You got Wemby. Oh, man.
That's a good matchup.
That's a great matchup. That could be a playoff matchup, too.
Who are you taking?
I'm going to take the Spurs because it's in San Antonio.
Yes.
Now, if it was in H-Town, what do you think of those H-Town uniforms?
They're all right. We were talking about it. I like I call them the Yows, the pinstripes.
The retro.
Yeah.
The Charles Barkley.
Yes, the Barkley.
Yeah,
Barkley's
yeah.
probably a better fit, but Yow's more my generation.
Because, Yow only got to wear it that 1 year, and then they did the rebrand.
Right.
So
I like it too because it has like that old Rockets logo, like almost like the orbiting rocket.
Do I really want to wear a uniform that has a letter and then town? I don't know about that.
Also, where would you rank San Antonio versus Houston as like a rivalry city? Like, is there a rivalry there?
That's the thing. Not do you remember David Robinson and Akeem Olajuwon like duking it out in the NBA play? I don't.
No.
They would never really meet each other.
Right.
So, but you know what? There's 3 teams in the state of Texas. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Not all teams are pretty good. The Mavericks are starting all over again. But I'm just saying, and they've all won within our lifetime too. The Dallas Mavericks being the last one in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Rockets. Actually, well, hold on.
Did the San Antonio Spurs win after 11?
Yes. They won in 2014.
So the Spurs won more recently than the Mavs or whatever. I couldn't remember who won.
2014. So, but the first time they ever won it in the NBA championship was 99. So actually they have not. You were born after the Rockets won the NBA Finals in June of 94. So technically, actually, no, wait. They repeated. So yes, 95. So they repeated. That's right. Anyway, they've all won. They've won a championship they've all 3 have won in our lifetime, and they're all big cities.
Yeah.
All 3 of those cities are massive.
I know. I lived in San Antonio for a couple of months when I was going to school
My
there.
45th birthday, you know about this, right?
No.
Okay.
I don't know if you've told me.
Okay. My 45th birthday, which will be, I think, a Monday in 2028. I'll be 45, right? I did the close your eyes, pick a city in Texas.
Would you get San Antonio?
And I got San Antonio.
Oh, you're going to love it.
So I'm going to spend my 45th birthday in 2028 in San Antonio, Texas.
The Alamo.
Yeah.
Really cool. It's kind of boring. Like not boring, but it's like
it's not the Golden Gate.
You don't
Bridge.
get to like walk, like you can walk through it, but it's not like huge. It's just a building of rubble kind of. So the Alamo is cool. Definitely check it out. The Riverwalk. The Riverwalk in San Antonio is my favorite part. There's like this mall with a bunch of restaurants down the river.
Yep.
Definitely check that out. Check out the mall. It's a good mall if it's still popping down there. And
can't imagine it wouldn't.
Definitely check out the Riverwalk. It is a good spot. I'll try and give you some recommendations before.
But Wemby, man,
you take off. Yeah, you're gonna have to catch something at the Alamo. At the Alamo.
So one French guy is gonna watch another French guy. How about that, huh?
We've got 3 more matchups left. Indiana at Portland.
Portland's going to be in the playing game if they keep going this way. Yeah.
Chicago at Sacramento. Sacramento's Sacramento's season's done, really.
So Chicago's.
Yeah.
Woof.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say pick 'em, but this isn't the NFL. Oh boy, this is torture, man. You're really baiting me, aren't you? I'll take the Bulls.
Heard that, Bulls.
Yeah.
And then the final matchup, the Hornets at the Suns.
That's a great matchup too, because the Suns are they're not terrible. Booker is getting it done.
I like Knuppel too on the Hornets.
The con man is the rookie of the year right now.
Yeah, I honestly think
he's hot.
He's ahead of Cooper for sure.
Cooper Flagg's been injured,
Yeah.
and anytime, and again, they were both teammates at Duke, by the way.
And Knuppel put in a lot of effort in the All-Star weekend I think he competed in the 3-point contest and the skills competition, maybe.
Who's coming in second? No, that's what he should do next year.
Yeah.
Who's coming in second? Yeah. No, that's that. By the way, I'm taking Charlotte on that. That's, by the way, Dame should have done that. Dame should have done that, even with one leg. Who's coming in second? That's what he should have done. He should have pulled a Larry Bird. Who's coming in second?
I love that. Dog, we've got our Saturday and Sunday matchups for MLS. I've gone ahead and printed these out.
Yeah.
We have New York FC hosting Orlando City.
I'm going to take Orlando FC.
That's 2:30, kicking us off.
Mm-hmm.
DC United hosting Inter Miami.
Inter Miami.
Oh, okay. DC United looking to improve on last year, or do better than last year, I guess. And a good way to start would be to take down the champs. But Dog's going with Inter Miami. Atlanta United versus Real Salt Lake.
Real Salt Lake.
Heard that. Charlotte FC hosting Austin FC.
What? Yeah.
What?
I'll take Charlotte FC.
1 soccer ball. What? 2 soccer balls. Charlotte FC heard. We've got the Crew taking on Chicago Fire, the Columbus Crew.
Oh, got to take the Crew.
Dogs taking the Crew at home. We've got Philadelphia Union at San Jose Earthquakes.
I'm going to take San Jose.
San Jose's got a high spot on the power rankings. We'll see if they can hold it. Nashville SC at Minnesota United.
Ooh, I'll take Nashville.
Heard that, Nashville. Sporting KC at San Diego. San Diego's your top team right now on the power rankings.
I'm going to take San Diego.
Heard that. We've got St. Louis SC at Seattle Sounders.
St. Louis.
That. Colorado Rapids at the LA Galaxy.
LA Galaxy.
Or I had those backwards, excuse me.
Oh,
St. Louis is hosting Seattle. I said it backwards.
okay.
And then Colorado is hosting LA.
Oh, okay. I'll take Colorado. Take the
Colorado.
Rapids.
LAFC hosting FC Dallas.
LAFC.
And the Portland Timbers hosting the Vancouver Whitecaps, one of the greatest rivalries in MLS.
Yes.
This West Coast, Northwest, or PNW rivalry.
It's PNW because you got Seattle, you got Vancouver, and you've got Portland. Not in that order.
Right.
But yeah, I'll take Vancouver.
Vancouver heard. And then two matchups on Sunday. There's one matchup that was actually postponed this weekend. It was New England Revolution versus Houston Dynamo, I believe, because of snow and weather.
Yes.
Because it is up here in New England.
Yes.
I'm assuming that's why it got postponed. But yeah, so that game's not going on. There's that match. Thank you. 2 matches on Sunday. Red Bulls hosting the CF Montreal. Montreal heard on the road. And then FC Cincinnati hosting Toronto for your final MLS matchup. FC Cincinnati heard. Oh, I circled Toronto.
Yep.
FC Cincinnati heard. All right, one more time. Our MLS picks: Orlando City, Inter Miami, Real Salt Lake, Charlotte, Columbus, San Jose, Nashville, San Diego, St. Louis, Colorado, LAFC, Vancouver, Montreal, Cincinnati. Those are our MLS picks for the weekend. Now, real quick, just want to update some bet heads on some stuff. TGL playoffs are secured.
Is that your lock of the week? Is that your parlay?
No, I'll get to my parlay.
Okay.
Don't worry. We're going to, right before I close out the show, I'm going to hammer my parlay. We've got for the final or the 4 teams in the playoffs for the TGL, Boston Commons secured the first spot, LA Golf Club in second, Atlanta Drive in third. Atlanta is your reigning champ. And then the 4th team to sneak in, scoring a hole-in-one, helping boost them to the playoffs, was Jupiter Lynx. In their final match, they got a hole-in-one that basically helped them win against the Bay Golf Club and launched them into the playoffs for their first time. Tiger was ecstatic. So tune in and stay locked here for the TGL playoffs. We'll be covering those as they go along. And we've got a UFC match going on this weekend, UFC 326, Holloway versus Oliveira 2. And we've got a special little parlay report from our MMA insider, Kenny Too Many Fights. Here's Kenny right now.
What's going on, boys? UFC 326 this weekend. Max Holloway headlines against Charles Do Bronx Oliveira for the BMF title. Max Holloway is a -220 favorite in this fight. This is going to be an absolute war. Neither of these guys take a night off when they get in the cage. Every fight both these guys get in is exciting. It always lives up to the hype. This will be no different. Co-main event is going to be Kyle Bahia versus Renier de Ridder. Renier de Ridder, famous for stopping the Bo Nickel hype train recently, also has a very impressive victory over former middleweight champion Robert Whittaker. This is probably a number 1 contender fight in the middleweight division unless they decide to give Sean Strickland a title fight. So that's one to keep your eye on. And then the third fight down on the card is UFC veteran Rob Font of Massachusetts taking on up-and-coming superstar Raul Rosas Jr. I put together a quick parlay for you boys. We're going to take Max Holloway to win by TKO, Kyle Bahia to win straight up, and Raul Rosas Jr. to win straight up. That parlay is a 3-legger with odds of plus 426, so not bad. The Holloway TKO may or may not be a long shot. He has had some heavy hands since he moved up to lightweight, and Charles has been knocked out recently. So those are my picks. Hope you guys enjoy the fights.
Dog, I know you're not a big fight guy, but
I can certainly disagree with you on that when the cameras are off. You want to take it outside?
Yeah. But I'm excited for this one. Holloway, the BMF title is on the line with Holloway in this match. And his last BMF title fight was incredible. He did a great job. And he just, at the end of the fight, he likes to call out the other fighter and basically like, meet me in the middle of the ring, meet me in the middle of the octagon. We're going to throw down right here. Like 10, when they hear that last bell, like the ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
He's like 10 seconds right here. We're going all out. Like everything's on the table. And I like that. I respect that about Holloway. I have him winning in this. Ken's parlay was obviously Holloway with a knockout. I think it's possible. It's either going to be Holloway with a knockout or Oliveira with a submission. I don't think it goes the full distance.
Okay.
And then the other two matchups in this, the Ritter matchup, Bolahero. I'm going to mispronounce that, Ken. I'm sorry. But that matchup, he's got Carlo Bolahero. I can't pronounce his name. He's got him winning in by decision. And then he's got Rosas Jr. winning by decision in the other prelim match there beforehand. I like Rosa Jr. He's like an up and coming 18, 19-year-old. He was like the youngest guy that the MMA had signed when they signed him. So I like him. He's got a lot of talent for a young guy. Check him out and check out Ken's parlay. For Dawg's parlay, what did you have? I got it written down right here. Dawg's
parlay was James Harden, right?
Yep.
Of the Cleveland Cavaliers this Sunday, 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists in a win over the Boston Celtics.
My parlay is going to be a little Sunday parlay action. We're going to go with the NBA. I'm going to do Celtics to beat the Cavs, parlayed with the Mavs to beat the Raptors.
In Toronto, okay.
In Toronto.
Yeah.
And the Magic to beat the Bucks.
Okay.
That's going to be my parlay. So I've got Celtics, Mavs, Magic for my parlay. My lock.
What's your lock?
My lock of the week is going to be tough. I don't know. I think my lock is going to be, I'm probably just going to do the Holloway money line on the UFC fight.
Okay.
I'll just go with Holloway as a money line. I think he's the favorite at minus 220 last I checked. So I think $10 would get you like $12, nothing crazy, but I like that as my lock. I think Holloway is going to have a good fight this weekend.
And my lock of the week is Chase Briscoe this weekend in Phoenix this Sunday for NASCAR, a top 5 finish.
Top 5 finish. Real quick, let me look up the odds while I've got that.
Top
Dawg,
5 finish for Chase Briscoe.
Remind the Betheads one more time what they can catch on the Pulse of New Hampshire. Do a little housekeeping while I'm looking up these odds real quick.
On Saturday at noon, it is the Washington Capitals at the Boston Bruins, a 12:35 faceoff that's nationally televised on ABC, hence why the early start. And then on Sunday at 12:30 p.m. with a 105 tip-off, that's also nationally televised on ABC. You're going to have the Boston Celtics at the Cleveland Cavaliers. And calling that game, of course, is Sean Grandy and Cedric Maxwell from the Rocket Arena in the land. The place I'm going to be next month on Easter night between the Indiana Pacers and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
So real quick, my lock, Max Holloway, money line, minus 220. Your lock, Jay Dawg, I just saw it. Where did it go?
For Chase
Briscoe, top 5 is plus 160. So not bad odds.
Not
He
bad
wasn't
odds,
that far down on the list. So
right.
Those are our parlays, our locks. Again, make sure you follow us on all social media. Bet This P on X, Bet This Pod on Instagram, on YouTube. Bet This with an exclamation point. Make sure you
THIS is capitalized and then an exclamation point at the end.
Follow us. We've been posting sports content every day of the week, essentially. I'm trying to get just as much videos and much content out there as possible. If you have any comments, anything at all, share it with us. We'll bring it up on the show. We want to talk about what the fans, what the bet heads are interested in, and we want to help you win some money and have some good times watching sports.
And Jay Dawg's wrestling match of the month will be later this month, probably not this upcoming Monday, but the Monday following that. It's all female. You on the poll on Bet This P on X, and there will be one of those matches. As far as Jay Dawg's boxing bout of the month, didn't do a poll this time because we wanted to get the 55 years to the date, which we're going to be doing on Sunday with Smokin' Joe Frazier versus Muhammad Ali, the fight of the century 55 years ago, which was in the Mecca at Madison Square Garden. You know it's a big deal when Frank Sinatra is taking pictures ready to have it published for Life magazine. Old Blue Eyes.
That's crazy.
To see Smokin' Joe, who was undefeated at the time, as well as Muhammad Ali, who was also undefeated at the time. Remember, he didn't lose the championship.
Right.
He didn't lose it via...
They just took it.
they took it because he would not serve in Vietnam, as he was a conscientious objector as a black Muslim to action in Vietnam. As he said, I have no quarrel with them Viet Cong. So they took it away. He lost a few years of his prime. By the way, Frazier was 27 at the age of this fight. Ollie was 29. So that's at noon on the Pulse Podcast Network. Remember, the playback is under the Bet This umbrella. So check that out. And I'll have Jay Dawg's wrestling match of the month in 2 weeks on a Monday on the Pulse Podcast Network.
Don't forget, big new update, excuse me. Bet This. Find us on Spotify too. We just recently found out we're on Spotify.
We found that out.
So check us out on Spotify. Bet This. Type in Bet This. CJ and Jay Dawg will pop up.
JAYDAWG.
And make sure you again follow us on all social medias. And don't forget, Betheads, if you're going to bet
this.
And we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Bet This is for entertainment purposes only. Always gamble responsibly and never wager more than you can afford to lose. Our advice is not a guarantee of success. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call the National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-522-4700 or visit ncpgambling.org for resources.